Hello again, STRUCKTLF. Welcome back to my channel and my stream where I'm continuing my playthrough as promised. Starting a little late today, but that means I'll just keep the stream going until later than usual. So, Granblue Fantasy, here's my third episode. I'm on chapter 6, level 24, and I've decided to just rush the story. Instead of doing every single side quest like I have been doing until now, I'll just rush the main missions and skip all the side stuff because sure I'm getting some materials here in the early levels, but those materials are only good for early level equipment and stuff, and eventually I'll be getting shit done later. For now, let's just go and do that main story progression. Razor says welcome back. Diabu. Grand Diabu. I think I need to talk to that NPC here.
聞いたぜ。助っ人ってのはお前らだよな。実は猿お方の遺失物を探してんだ。それがすっげえ危険な物だよ。俺、そいつが大の苦手で足がプルっちまって動けねえんだ。詳しい話はラファールの人に伝えてるから。あとは頼んだぜ。
Science rep. There's a lot of grinding to do if you want to get all the gear and upgrade all the gear in this game. I've barely begun scratching the surface now. It is a solid game for sure.
あの人たちが知ってるかもしれません。彼らの特徴をメモして渡すので探してみてくださいね。ザスバさんとこの依頼で危険な物を探してる？はあ、なるほど。
Well,
あれは確かに。
there were things I didn't like about Last Epoch, always. There always have been things I didn't like about the game. But when I look back at Last Epoch and compare it to my experience with Diablo 4, the things I didn't like about Last Epoch are definitely less than the things I didn't like about and still don't like about Diablo 4. And the game has improved. Last time I played was when the Rogue released, which I think was 0.6 or 0.6b. I can't remember the exact number and letter, but it was long ago. There have been some improvements. Some of the improvements I don't like, because I've seen videos detailing those improvements, but I would still rather play that than Diablo 4. Oh, and to anyone who wants to buy Last Epoch and support me, with each purchase of the game from Nexus, I get a profit share, 15%, which is a massive number. It means a lot to me. To anyone who is planning on buying Last Epoch, it is a Steam version that you're getting from Nexus, but again, I'm getting 15% of the price you pay for the game. So that's definitely nice. Or you could just use nexus.gg/STRUCKTLF. There's some other games there, but that's a way of getting the game and supporting me as well. There aren't that many games on Nexus that I like. And I only have a limit of 10 titles. I can only put 10 titles on my Nexus page for the profit share, but Last Epoch is one of those I placed, so keep that in mind. It even shows you exactly how much I'll be making for each purchase, which is pretty solid.
日陰の路地で見上げる 彼らの言葉から導き出せる答えは。
それっぽい場所を探してみるか。
This way? Do we go to the big building?
Ne, 危険な物ってもしかして猫だったのかよ。どこが危険なんだ。とりあえず届けようぜ。
依頼主に報告してきた。いやよかったよかった。
You watch my stream if I continue to play it, you jump in. Okay, well, I'll play it in the next few days. I just wanna try to finish this game first. But if this game is taking too long to finish, I might not finish it and just go and do some warm-up streams in Last Epoch. I'll also make some Last Epoch videos soon. I signed up for a creator program, so when that creator program releases some stuff for us to make videos about, I'll definitely do it. I can't wait for the patch notes. I'll make my usual patch notes overview videos.
兵隊さんを見つけたら隠れられる位置を探して聞き耳を立ててみてくれないか
Although there might be some restrictions on how the content needs to be made, so it might not be exactly the usual way I do it. We'll see.
こっそり話を聞いてみようぜ。
なんだ君たちはこの辺りでは見かけないな。
ザスバ君の部下の言う通り、どこかに身を隠して様子を伺いましょう。
And to keep eavesdropping. Ah.
ここなら見つからねえよな。
静かに。
おい聞いたか。空域中の警備を今よりも強化するって話だよな。かのテンペールや他の島々への支援が続いていて、城内の警備が手薄になってるらしい。
Short-term playthrough. I've already done 3 playthroughs in this game before. I have 80 hours in the game already. It's not much, so it was enough to do 3 playthroughs and a half, 3.5. Because with the rogue, I kind of couldn't even finish it before I quit and uninstalled. As for my other characters, 2 out of the other 3 characters got deleted. Randomly without any explanation why, and that was before the wipes, which was one of the things that really pissed me off during early access, losing progress. I didn't get an apology for that. I didn't get an explanation, any acknowledgement of losing 2 out of the 3 characters I had. And it wasn't losing all of them. It was a weird kind of data corruption, where I have 3 characters and 2 of them completely disappear. The last one remains. You probably watched that stream, yeah. You remember it, right? With the rogue, I kind of quit when I reached the ice area. And that was after they reworked glancing walls, which was my main way of getting easy survivability. And I was very unhappy when they reworked glancing walls and nerfed it to oblivion. And the rogue just felt very wrong. It didn't feel fun to play. I'll probably play one of the 2 new classes, because I want to show people something new. Even people who... Some people might be going for safe builds on launch, with classes that they know have builds that work. So they probably won't be eager to try a Warlock or a Falconer. on launch because they just don't have enough experience to know how to build it. And maybe I'll just take the punch. I'm not gonna care too much. I'll probably make one of those two classes on launch so that people who are interested in them could at least check them out from my perspective.
星の民っていや空の民を支配してた奴らだし
個人的に興味深い逸話ではありますが我々が知りたい情報ではありませんねこれだけ聞ければ十分ですかね一度戻って依頼主に報告しましょう
仕事が早いなでどうだった
I'm also debating on whether to start offline so that I don't get bothered by any problems with servers. Maybe I'll see if there's problems with the servers, if there's logging queues getting broken to the point where I can't even log in and play. I'll just start offline and just play offline. We'll see. I will definitely be using the offline to speed level characters with whatever tools people would release. If someone releases something like Grimstash or Grimtoons or whatever it was called for last epoch, I will be making characters offline, but I obviously want to play multiplayer so I can play with others. But at least they have offline, so on launch day, if the servers are broken, I can always just play whatever works. A lot of running around. I wanna go and fight shit, not run around in a town like this. Coming with last epoch is a little bit too complicated for me. That's another thing I don't like about the game. It's very punishing if you want to respec. And I said it long ago that the best way to rework the skill system in last epoch is that you level up the skill gather, and that if you want to change some things on the skill, that it should be free. Like, instead of having to level every single thing on that skill tree separately, and then you switch something and then you have to re-level the new stuff, you should just level the SWOT in which you put things. So the things that you put in there, the skills that you equip, you should be just leveling the SWOT. So whatever you put in that SWOT would always be at whatever level you've leveled it at. That would have been the best and least painful way. So you still have to level shit. Out of Exile is the worst in terms of how complicated it could be for a casual player, yes. But that's also one of the beauties of the game. If you want depth, it's deeper than the trench, whatever, the Marian trench or whatever. It's pretty deep. Last epoch is kind of middle ground, not as simple as Diablo 4, not as deep as PoE.
いいかいよ。取引しようぜ。話は最後まで聞け。
But I just don't like being punished if I want to make some changes to a build and having to grind over and over again. And I never liked that, and I hope it's much better now. We'll see. I can't play the same build for a whole fucking season. I can't play the same class for a whole fucking season, let alone the same build.
話が早くて助かる。お前たちにはその遺跡の封印を解いてもらう。
Hopefully there's ways to boost characters without needing to do the story and complete the story every time you make a character. Because that was something I also hated. Whenever I had to make a new character, I had to get it through the campaign and reach the end game with it instead of just skipping it. So hopefully they have something like Diablo 4 where you just need to finish the story once and then you can just make end game only characters, hopefully.
団長君
Because if they don't have that for launch, many people will be very unhappy. Many
結論が出
people
たら来な。
very unhappy if they don't have endgame only characters. I mean, even Wilson had such a system where you can just keep the story on your out once you've done it on one character.
おいローランさんよ、聞いてた話とちょっと違うじゃねえか。
まあ彼仕事熱心ゆえに少々個性的でして。
One of the things that many people hate about Path of Exile seasons is having to get through the story every season. I won't be surprised if even Path of Exile 2 makes a leak where you don't have to start over the story, but the game is designed in such a way where people are rushing every season through the story. Fund your crew. Okay.
市場で美味しそうな果物を見つけ
Yeah, you mean Path of Exile? How many
今
people?
道してる場合じゃないわよね。
Path of Exile is in such a way where people have those people get sponsored by various companies to advertise those companies, while they do rush for world first to reach 100 this season, world first to beat this boss this season, and so on. And this is okay. I mean, this is a type of gameplay that some people like. I personally would hate to be rushing and racing and doing that. But if I was those people, I would be doing it. If I was skilled enough, like those people are, who do that shit. I don't know names because I don't fucking care about other people in that stream, that game. But whoever does that, I'm sure there are a bunch of people who do it. Obviously, if one person is skilled enough to be doing that, they would want to take advantage and get sponsored and advertise shit. Alright, I can finally go and fight shit. Java 14 have seasons and they just updated the main game and improved it, add new items and stuff, and it had a living world, meeting other people doing stuff here. Yeah. If it was that way, I think a lot more people would have liked it. But Diablo 4 was supposedly going to be doing massive changes every season, massive seasonal mechanics, game-changing seasonal mechanics. That's why they wanted to isolate it, so that they can refresh and start over every season. But they're not giving Eternal Realm enough love. They should have had a fresh start leak or whatever they want to call it, for people who want to start fresh and compete. But all the stuff that they've been adding every season should have propagated to the Eternal Realm, all of it. There shouldn't have been one thing that is left out between the seasonal server and the off-seasonal server. That's the best way to do it. If people want to start over and compete fresh, then be separated in a new league, so they can start over and compete. But everyone else should be able to play their old characters that they invested hundreds and thousands of hours into, with the new content, with the new mechanics, with the new items, with the new abilities that are temporary for the season. I don't like forcing people to start over because fear of missing out on new content. And unfortunately, that's what the hack and slash isometric action RPG market mutated into it. Mutated in a fucking abomination where you're forcing your players to start over.
こんなタイミングで申し訳ないんですが、僕は
My
別
hopes
行
are
動し
Grim
ようと
Dawn
考
and
えてまし
Titan
て。
Quest to not have shitty seasons
一緒に来ねえの
where
か
I have to start
皆さん
over.
が遺跡に向かっている間、赤い船の行き
Titan
先を
Quest 2,
調べてお
Grim
きます
Dawn 2.
手分けした方がいいでしょう
Hopefully,
し。
just like the
そうしても
original
らえるの
games,
はあり
they
がたいわ。
don't force me to start
でも
over.
大丈夫な
And
の
if
か
I put
今更遠
I'm
慮も心配
leveling
も
a
無用ですよ。
character, gearing up a character,
乗りかかった
I don't
船には
have to
最後まで
scratch that
ってね。
progress and discard it
すま
in
ない
a few
ローラン
months.
ドの恩に切る。
ザスマ君、彼らのことをよろしく頼みます。
俺の仕事の腕は知っている
Diablo 4 is not adding
お前
leaderboard
こ
yet.
そ心配は無用だ
They were supposed to add it on the 13th,
そうでし
but
たね。これはうっかり。おっと、そうだ。
since people would be
That's
playing
what we know.
Last Epoch, including their own
Oh,
streamers, their own sponsored
Densei-ka.
streamers,
僕
the
のお手製
Blizzard
です。
Chiefs,
後でちゃん
including
と
those
返してくださ
people,
いよ。
丈
um,
夫に作ってあんだろうな
since they will be playing Last Epoch, they
さ
wanted
て
to delay it a
特別
little
サービ
bit
スだ
to give them
さすが
time
一家自慢の
to
船でお前
cover
らをダリ島
Last
まで
Epoch
送ってやる
皆さん、
before they force them
どうかお気をつけて。
to stream more Diablo 4 because they have contracts. The official Blizzard streamers, they have contracts with Blizzards, and I'm sure those contracts allow them to stream other content.
へ
But then,
えもらっとこ
but there will be times when there's new content drops, where they would have to go and stream Diablo 4. But everyone will be playing Last Epoch. Path of Exile streamers, Diablo streamers, Grim Dawn streamers. People that play all those other games, they would be coming to Last Epoch to try it on launch. Some people have already been playing it for several months, for several years, couple of years or so. While others
そういえば
would be coming in
運賃だが
fresh.
ただにしといてやる俺の期待を裏切るなよ貴公子
ダリ島そこへ行けばルリアをホーシングから解放するために必要な触媒が手に入るらしいようやく見えた希望を絶対に手放すことはできないたとえどんな悪夢が待っていたとしても
One thing's for sure. I'm done with Diablo 4. I'm not even gonna bother buying the expansion. It will be waste of money to buy Diablo 4's expansion. They get bored of it so much, but they have an agreement with Blizzard to stream it when Blizzard says so. They're getting paid. I mean, if I was getting paid, I would do the same.
もう大丈夫
If I was getting paid to play a game that I don't like, but at least I
支度し
can
ましょう
I
星に
can
帰る旅の
handle the torture of playing a game. Some games are such torture that I would never play them, even if they paid me. But other games, if I get paid to play, I don't mind that. Although so far there hasn't been a single case of me being paid to play a game.
うなされてました
So far I've only had cases where I've received a free key for a game, and that has been it. But with small channels, it's extremely rare to get an offer to get paid
どうして
to
そんな
make
ことを聞
content
く
for
ん
a
ですか
game.
星神様見つけました
Okay, finally. Finally, man, this was such a long period of me talking to NPCs and cutscenes and everything.
本島に点在するという大規模な遺跡が僕たちの目的地だ
Oh, my channel peaked
遺跡とともに砂に埋もれ
2-3 years
忘れ
ago.
去られたいくつもの遺
Since
物
then, it's
その
been
一つが
stuck.
触媒
Yeah,
と
I've
い
been
う
getting
話だけど
subscribers, but I haven't been getting views.
ルリアのため
And
だ
even though my subscribers like doubled in the past 2-3 years, from 2 to like close to 4K, from 2K, I can even tell you when my peak was. Double check when my peak was. October 2020. So since October 2020, it's been at most some days on very good days I would get half of then. But right now I have like if we look at the views on October 17, 2020, I had for the day a total of 9,000 something, almost 10,000. Today I have like what maybe two, three, 400 on bad days. On good days, 1,500. so so this gives you an idea of how it is. Like people stop playing Torchlight 3. People stop playing Chaos Bane. People stop playing um um what else? I was making content for Wolsen and Magic Legends, but again, those games, one of them completely got shut down, and I stopped playing it long before that because it was shitty pay to win predatory game. But at least they refunded. One thing I respect the developers of Magic Legends for is that they refunded everyone. That was the best thing about Magic Legends, is that I got a full refund. Wolsen, on the other hand, with every update, it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Because they had no idea how to balance and how to progress the end game content, how to expand the end game content in a non-annoying, non-grindy, bullshit power creep way. Power creep sucks. Just adding more stages to the end game and increasing item power. First of all, item power should not be connected to content level. There should be a limit. Once you reach end game, like I've never liked fucking power creep. You should be able to reach max level and from there on just get gear for that max level. Not getting max level gear plus extra item power based on how far on content X or Y or Z you get. Grim Dawn is like that. Grim Dawn, you reach a certain level and after that you just get the gear for that level and that's it. You don't get that same item with 2, 3, 4, 500 extra item power just by doing 2, 3, 4, 500 extra stages of content X, Y, or Z. I hated that about the endgame in Torchlight 3, that they ruined it and shot themselves in the foot by doing such a system there in the Fazir's dungeon. And we can thank the vocal community for the bullshit that was that decision, because it was as a result of player requests. Players kept requesting power creep and they got power creep, and that ruined the game. And any potential further content would also have been pretty much dead on arrival as a result of that. If the game is good, what? Okay. It's not about the game being good. It's about the YouTube algorithm, and you've seen that YouTube algorithm doesn't like me. Like the same game I make content for, there always would be people who get a ton of more people watching their content. We've talked about this. It just YouTube doesn't like my content. That's why I'm trying to find something so I can stop making content and streaming and have some regular job that is not office work or that doesn't involve talking to customers or something like that. And I can stream every now and then. If I find a job to do, like a part-time job, that is extremely flexible, so I can just do it whenever I feel like it, or something more freelance, I would be very happy about that. Because I've been streaming for 5 years and it's been getting, again, I don't think my channel can ever get bigger than it is. It had its peak and it's probably never gonna get better. I need to make money because I need to pay bills, I need to pay rent, I need to pay for medicine for my pet, and for food for my pet and for myself. Come on, come on. Can I move? I can, no. Wait, I can move my character but not my camera. Now I can move the camera, okay. My favorite 2024? Yeah, it got 1,400 reviews, which I'm surprised how it got that much. If you look at my other upcoming games videos, they normally get 300-400 at max within the whole month. So I'm not sure what happened with that one video for February, but regardless of that, I'll still try to find some acting jobs, some castings and stuff in my country. And if I get some small parts here and there for ads or for movies, it would be perfect. And I'll still keep looking for some part-time job that would allow me to do that, to go to auditions and stuff and casting. It would be nice if I can find a freelance editing job. That would be perfect for me. The thing is, with editing jobs, there would be some tight deadlines, and tight deadlines are terrible for me, because I'd rather work on my own pace whenever I feel like it, and as long as the deadline is not too tight, I'll be fine. Wait, do I have to kill those? I can just skip those, I think. Yeah, I can just skip the fighting and let's just rush. You hate looking for RL jobs? Oh, there's jobs and then there's jobs. Office work, I cannot do office work. I tried office work for several years after I graduated. I had 2 different jobs at 2 different IT companies, completely different ones, and corporate jobs are just not for me. It's too mentally exhausting and damaging to my health, to my mental health, to do an office job. I'm just not cut out for office desk jobs. I'm okay working on a desk behind a computer, but not at a corporation, not at a company. And even worse is if I have to face a customer. I'll get fucking pissed off and I'll punch someone in the face and get fired. Because that's my temper. I can't deal with idiots. and be treated like shit. The job where customers think that they can treat employees like shit. There's always gonna be idiots like that. So I know if I were to work a job like that, like retail, fuck, I'll just punch someone in the face after they say something stupid. So there's jobs I know I can do because they're just not for me.
岩の塊みてえなもんだから手応えが薄いぜ。これならどうだ。とりゃ。押し切るぞ。よし。いい調子。これでどう？このまま行こう。頑張ろう。みんなよ。よ。投げ払う。やっていけ。よ。それ。
Huh? Okay. Cool. I hope so too. But again, I'll be looking for alternatives, and I'll be looking for ways to cut down on the streaming. If I find some IRL job to do, something to do, I'll be cutting off on the streaming and content creation. But we'll see. I'll be putting my ex in the last Epoch content creator program. Can't tell you details about it, but I can definitely tell you that there is one. It exists, but because that's public knowledge. And I'll be putting my ex to try and maybe get some edge on that. Honestly, to get my channel to be more successful, all it takes is me being raided by a big streamer with many viewers that has similar streaming style to mine. That's all it takes. Because being raided by one of those people would their community, if me and that other person, male, female, whatever, if we are similar in terms of streaming style and we stream in different time zones, then that's nice. But my streaming style is pretty pretty vulgar, or let's say critical, cynical in a way. So there aren't that many people that are as honest and as cynical as I am, and people that don't pull their punches when something sucks. I'm not gonna hold my words when it comes to criticizing. And I'm 18 plus channel, so I do use a little bit of a foul language, maybe too foul for your average viewer. So there's also that. There's also the fact that my accent is a thick Balkan accent, and there's people who just hate that. So in cases like those, there isn't much I can do about it. Those jumping puzzles, I really hate jumping puzzles and shit like that, where especially ones where you have a timer, where I have to do something in X seconds, or else to restart it. Fuck. This fucking bullshit. Why? Why do they have to make loot behind, walk behind fucking jumping puzzles? There should be an option here. Press F to check, press whatever button to skip and get the reward without needing to do the fucking running. I wanna run around like a fucking idiot in a game. And that should be all about hitting monsters with various attacks and spells. Rather than fucking... I'm not playing Sonic. It shouldn't be a Sonic game. Look at this bullshit.
喉乾いたな。
おっと、砂漠での水分補給は最重要だ。ふらついてりゃ魔物に目つけられちまうぞ。
It feels super bad to have these bullshit jumping puzzles in a game like this.
よし
Why is my character gliding? Ah, no! Fucking bullshit.
お前ら遊んでねえで仕事してくれよな。
Seriously pissing me off. It's ruining my whole experience in the game to have this shit. Look at this gliding. This area is
ちょっと寄
terrible.
り道していくか。よし、行け行け。
Finally.
お宝を見つけたぜ。
You gave it on this chest. I cannot give up on this chest. I see it, I open it, I can't give it up. It's gonna bother me and I won't be able to enjoy the rest of the game if I skip this chest. If I see a chest, I wanna open it. If I'm able to open it, I should be able. I'll be opening it. Skipping it is if I've already found it. Skipping it is not a problem. If I never found it, if I never saw it, it won't bother me.
大きな爆発でも
But I'm an item whore. Item whores like me, we can't leave loot behind.
その魔物じゃなさそうだぜ。
It's just gonna bother us for the whole playthrough.
こんな感じかな。見切った。いい調子みんな任せた。
戦闘しながら鍵を開ける気か。器用なことするもんだな。
手っ取り早くそうしたいところだがよ。
この調子でい
あ
こう。
まり期待しねえでくれよな。
このまま行こう。負けられない。いい調子だ。ああ。
鍵の光が
Ah, skeleton.
当たらないの安全を確保するのが先決よ
Ah, fucking skeleton.
容赦はしねえぞ。大丈夫か。
ここから
And this thing where you have to pump a button, that's fucking outdated 40-year-old mechanic. Why are we using mechanics from 40 years ago in games in 2024? Where you have to pump a button. Can't we just make it hold the button? It's much easier to hold the button instead of pump a button.
もやもやで触ったからか。
Devolving to 40 years ago, where you had arcade games where you had to pump a button to get out of crowd control.
どういたしまして。
いい調子。負けられない。みんなついてきて。いい調子。
不気味な野郎だったぜ。とんだ骨折り損だったな。骨だけによ。
はあ。
Okay, let's see this.
邪魔者は片付けたか。ならさっさと鍵を起動させておけ。
This is so slow. Oh, if I'm in the air, see it reduces the timer, the charge bar if you're in the air. This is fucking stupid. So I need to be stepping on it for it to work. If I'm in the air, even if I'm in the area, it won't work. And even if my teammates are inside the area. If I'm in the air, it won't work.
こういうのはなんだ
And
か
yeah,
落ち着かない
it's
な
boring for it to be this long. There's many games where if I were to design the things in that game, I never would make them in such a user unfriendly way.
いい調子やねえか。待っててくれよ、お宝
Charge it well, well, but that's 1 out of 4.
変わるんだ
There's 4 of those things, and all 4 of them are this badly designed. Oh fuck!
これはなかなかここだ
I'm not gonna fight all the enemies. I'm just gonna rush. I'm gonna rush through.
一掃するその身に
If it made a new video. Okay, it didn't make a new video. That's good. Sometimes if a stream disconnects, in the middle of streaming, sometimes YouTube creates a new URL, and that sucks because that means I have to add a new title. Well, not add a new title, but add tags, upload thumbnails and all of that stuff that I normally do before I start the stream. Thankfully, it was a quick reconnect, so I didn't need to do that. Right, let's rush. Again, I'm gonna start rushing the story.
グリフォンか
難敵だぜ
I've been doing every single side quest before, now I would do 0 side
遠隔
quests.
攻撃で仕留めるのがいい
Oh
だ
fuck, another chest. The only thing I'll stop for is chests like this, because I just can't not do them if I find them.
恋しくなるなこれだけ体張った仕事してんだあの酒場でサービスしてくれるんだろうな
さてな。酒になるか水になるかはお前らの働き次第だ。
ほらほらこの弾丸にかける
時間切れか地形を覚えないと難しいな
The least it could do is teleport me back to the chest after I fell. That's the least it should have done. Okay, let me. It teleports me after I finish it successfully, but if I fell, it doesn't teleport me. If I
これ
was.
はなかなか
First of all, I would never design such a system, but if I had to design such a system, I would design it so that I get
あん
teleported
たはローランとどういう仲なんだ
after failing.
人吉同士のビジネス仲間さ。お互いのやり方で世の中を良くして。
Another thing I would have done is I would have made it so that when you pick up one of those crystals, the timer goes a little bit back.
マークしてたところではあるな。
気にすんなってまた挑戦してみ
Another thing I would have made is easy, normal, hard, whatever difficulty you play, the timer gets